Hi, I'm Linda Funk from the Soyfoods Council. I'm here today to talk to you about soy foods and some really easy, creative serving ideas. So let's begin. Soy foods, easy, convenient, and versatile. Inexpensive, they can be. Dairy and veggie requirements, so they provide what you're looking for from a dairy and veggie point of view. Tasty, not your dad's soy. Products have come so far in the last 10 years, let alone the last 20 to 25 years. So don't be nervous, try them. You'll be really quite pleasantly surprised at how delicious they really are. They're innovative. Sky is the limit. You'll see some of these ideas and it will even spur more ideas from your point of view. Protein makes you feel full longer, no matter what protein you're talking about. It's the satiety value. So soy protein is right there with it. Doesn't have to be all or nothing. So many times when people start to think about including some soy in their diet, they think, oh my goodness, I have to stop doing whatever I've done and I can only use soy. That is not the case at all. You could really integrate soy into any diet and you'll see some ideas in the next few slides. Can be for omnivores, vegetarians, or vegans. There's something for everybody. Another good idea is pairing familiar with unfamiliar foods so that people don't get too nervous about trying them. And you'll see some of those ideas also in just a few minutes. And certainly distributors are carrying your products. So don't be afraid to ask for them to find them for you or to get them for you. They're out there. Okay, let's start talking about some soy products. Soy milk, you can find it unsweetened, original or plain, vanilla, chocolate, and you typically find it in the dairy department. It looks like fresh dairy milk, or you can find it in these Tetra Pak containers that the soy milk tastes just the same. It's just shelf stable until you open it. Typically, you'll find those in the supermarket next to the cereals. So milk and cereal go together. Now, the only thing you need to really know and think about when you're serving soy milk is if you're serving it and using it in a savory application, you don't want to use the vanilla or the chocolate, obviously. It's going to add some sweetness to it. So just think about where you're using the soy milk and then choose the unsweetened, the original or plain, vanilla or chocolate. And I must tell you, the chocolate is like a really fun snack and great treat. It is so delicious. Tofu. I always say to people, ask yourself, what do you want the tofu to do? Do you want it to keep its shape or do you want it to blend in? If you want it to keep its shape, you pick the water-packed tofu, but it comes in soft, firm, and extra firm typically. And it typically is in water, although there are some water-packed tofus that are not in water. So again, just choose what you're looking for. Again, it keeps its shape. Water-packed is perfect for stir fries. It's perfect if you want to make a sandwich out of it. It keeps its shape. The other thing you have to remember about tofu is it takes on flavors. So if you marinate it in a really yummy, delicious marinade, it'll start taking on that flavor profile. Then you get to the soft silken or silken tofu. Comes in soft, firm, extra firm. It's very creamy, very, very silky. So again, what do you want it to do? This is where when you're wanting something to blend in, like I'm going to talk about a ranch salad dressing. You would want to use a soft silken tofu so it blends in and it's very supple and delicious. Now, if you're using the firm or extra firm, it's typically where you want something to set back up again. Like if you're making a pie filling and you want that pie filling to set up so then you can cut it, you would use the extra firm or firm, put it in your pie shell, put it in the refrigerator, let it set back up, and then you can actually take it out and cut slices out of it. But again, it'll have that really creamy texture. The Tetra Pak many times is in the produce section. and the water packed is in the produce section. If your supermarket that you're going to has a health section, it probably will be there. The great thing about the silken tofu is that it is shelf stable. So you can put it on in your pantry and not worry about it until you're ready to use it. Once you open the carton, then you need to refrigerate it. But up until then, it is shelf stable. So tofu really adds a lot when it comes to creativity and innovation. Let's look at some breakfast ideas. Smoothies with soy milk or smoothies with silken tofu. Add some fruits and you got this luscious, delicious, protein-packed smoothie. Or if you just want to use the soy milk or silken tofu and add the soy nut butter to give you a really peanut buttery smoothie, that works perfectly too. And while we're talking about soy nut butter, it is so great for kids who have peanut allergies. They get to have applications where you use peanut butter, so they don't feel left out. They get to eat a peanut butter sandwich, except with the soy nut butter. So it's those kinds of things that are really great, and they come in a couple different flavors. And I think there's actually one that has some chocolate in it, just for a little extra flavor. But you can use toasted bread and put soy nut butter on it. You can serve apple slices with the soy nut butter. Soy yogurt. There's a lot of variety when it comes to soy yogurt, and add some fruit with it. Or you can take cereal. A lot of the cereal, like the kashi, actually has soy protein in it. So look for that and then serve it with soy milk, and you've got a protein-packed breakfast. You can also take oatmeal, so however you prepare your oatmeal, but you put in the textured vegetable protein or textured soy protein. You'll find it labeled TSP or TVP. It's the same product. It's 100% soy protein, so don't get confused by that. But back to oatmeal. You take the oatmeal, you add about 1/4 of a cup for one serving of the TSP. You add the soy milk, and I microwave mine. But if you're doing it on the top of the range, it works well also. You can make a tofu scramble and then serve it with soy patties. There's a variety of soy patties out there, but one of my favorites these days is this delicious maple flavored sausage patty. I've had men and omnivores taste it. They cannot believe how delicious it is. The texture is perfect. The flavoring is just really delicious. Tofu scramble. You'd want to take a firm or extra firm water packed tofu and make that scramble so it keeps its shape, so it looks more like an egg scramble. So do remember that. If you use the silken tofu, it will just be one smooth product versus having some texture to it. Then if you take your toasted English muffin, add some melted soy slice to it, add the soy patty. You can toast an English muffin or a bagel and serve with soy cream cheese. I'm telling you, the soy cream cheese is absolutely delicious. It has the same texture and the same taste as the dairy cream cheese. So do take a look at that also. Okay, how about some lunch ideas? Tofu and spaghetti. So you would use the firm or extra firm tofu, and you'd probably saute it and add a little bit of browning to the tofu itself, and then add mushrooms, add your favorite pasta sauce, and serve it with spaghetti. Now you have to remember, I'm not sure if I said this when we were talking about tofu, so I'll say it again. It's worth saying again. Tofu takes on flavor. It's like a sponge. If you add marinade or let it sit in a marinade, it'll take on that flavor. So just remember that it's really thirsty for flavor. Now, you can also do an egg salad sandwich with eggs and take mayonnaise, but use half mayonnaise and half silken tofu, the soft, and blend it up. You're adding some extra protein and nobody will know the difference. Eggless tofu sandwich with crumbled tofu. So again, you can make an egg salad sandwich with the firm or extra firm tofu by crumbling it up and then adding in the flavorings and the dressing that you want, such as the silken tofu and mayo together. Mashed potatoes are perfect with plain soy milk. You don't want to add any sweetness to mashed potatoes, so use the plain soy milk. And or you can add some soft silken tofu to it, and again, it really makes a really nice, creamy, delicious product. One more time that you're adding some protein to a carb product. And then there's lots of soy slices that are out there, cheese soy slices, so you can make your own grilled soy sandwich also. Easy stuffed shells. It is divine, and it's a showstopper. All you do is take your large shells, pasta shells, cook them according to the package, drain them, rinse them, all of that, and then you make the stuffing out of silken tofu, an egg, and some cheese. You blend it all together, and then you put it back in the shells, put your favorite pasta sauce over it, and put it back in the oven to heat it up. Again, all of these recipes that I'm talking about are on our website, and that website will be at the end of the presentation, just so you're not worrying about that. But you can do pasta with soy crumbles. The soy crumbles have come so far, and they're so easy and convenient to have in your freezer. Use them when you're doing pasta, or if you're doing some kind of a casserole that you want to add some meat to, you could do half meat and half soy crumbles, or 100% soy crumbles. Nobody will know the difference. Soy pasta is out and about these days, so do look for that also, and you can serve that with soy crumbles. Then when you're talking about chili, you can do a combination of meat and TSP or TVP. Nobody will know the difference. Again, saute it, add the TVP and TSP with your meat crumbles. So saute them, brown them, add all the seasonings, and then put it in your chili pot. Add the liquid. You might have to add a little bit more liquid because those soy crumbles are going to be soaking up some of that liquid. But you can make it all TVP or TSP chili if you want. And like I said, I think the meat alternatives really warrant you taking a look at one more time to say, how might I be able to use them? Because they really have come so far. You can you can find them in chicken nuggets, the same form, the same breading, tastes like chicken nuggets, but it's actually soy protein. You can find a lot of patties. You can find different forms and shapes when it comes to the meat alternatives. So do take a look at that if you're starting to look at doing some meat alternatives. Lunch ideas continued. Edamame corn salad. This is a great idea of combining familiar with unfamiliar. If you're not familiar, or if your clients aren't familiar with edamame, combine it with corn. Everybody knows what corn is, so it becomes less scary to try. This salad is so incredibly easy. All you do is combine the edamame and the corn, put it in the microwave it for maybe 3 or 4 minutes, take it out, drain it, then chop up some red pepper. And a really easy shortcut is take a balsamic vinaigrette dressing and adding that to it, mixing it up, and let it marinate for maybe 30 minutes before serving. So again, really easy to do. The Mexican salad that's featured here is with edamame and canned black soybeans. I can tell you, you should have the canned black soybeans in your pantry. So do take a look at this. And this has a really nice dressing, so it's really fresh and really summery and just crisp. As you can see, it has some cauliflower in it, some broccoli, some tomatoes, some olives. So again, lots of different flavors, different textures. It's really very, very delicious. Then talking about ranch dressing made with soft silken tofu. What child does not love ranch dressing? So you can make your own. We have recipes to make your own ranch dressing with soft silken tofu. Easy, easy, easy. And you can serve it with your salads. There's another idea coming up soon. Snacks. Let's take a look at snacks. You can serve an apple with soy nut butter, soy yogurt with fruit, tofu ranch dressing. So, as we said in the last slide, you can make your own from scratch, Or you can take the bottled ranch dressing and add some silken tofu to it, blend it up. Nobody will know the difference, and you're adding more protein to that salad dressing. And then you can serve it with veggies. It's perfect for a dip. When you add that little bit of silken tofu to it, it makes it a little thicker, so it's great for dipping. Sweetened tofu dip with fruit. So you take the silken tofu, add in a little bit of brown sugar, maybe you add in some vanilla or maple syrup, and it's perfect to serve with fruit. The soy pudding that's featured here, this chocolate soy pudding, is again one that people cannot believe that it's got a lot of soy in it. All you do is put in a blender some powdered sugar, some cocoa powder, the silken soft tofu, and if you want to make it a little sweeter, a little bit of corn syrup, but if you don't have to add that. Blend it all up, and it becomes this luscious pudding that you can either serve in these graham cracker shells, or if you don't want to use graham cracker shells, put it in a parfait glass, layer it with fruit, and it's absolutely delicious. Edamame in the shell. Kids love to play with their food, and this is a perfect example of how they can play with food. So you take the edamame that's in the shells, put them in the microwave, cook them for the 3 or 4 minutes. Be careful of the steam, take them out, drain them, put a little sea salt over, and serve them for kids to eat. Kids love them. They get to open up the pod and pop the beans in their mouth. It's just fun, and it's so delicious and so nutritious for them. So do take a look at edamame in the shell. You can also make cookies with textured vegetable protein or textured soy protein, or with silken tofu, or with soy flour. Those recipes are on the website. I can tell you there's a great oatmeal cookie that uses oatmeal and TVP dry. So you don't hydrate it, you don't add any more liquid to it, you add it right in with the oatmeal and all the other ingredients for your cookie. It adds a really nice crunch and a caramelized flavor to it. It is really delicious. You can make brownies with soy flour also. The one thing I have to caution you about soy flour is this. Soy flour does not have any gluten in it, so it won't allow anything to rise. So I say, when a recipe calls for 1 cup of all-purpose flour, you can replace 1/4 to 1/3 with soy flour, and nobody will know the difference, and you're adding that heart-healthy soy protein to some of your sweets that you're making. Soy nuts. I think everybody knows about soy nuts. They've been around for a while. They come in lots of flavors: plain, salted, unsalted, honey, barbecue, etc. Again, great healthy snack. 1/4 cup of soy nuts has right around 10 to 11 grams of soy protein in it. So you're halfway there to your 25 grams that's suggested for daily intake. So again, it really starts to become really easy to get to that 25 grams of soy protein per day. You can make your own trail mix with soy nuts. You can also serve soy milk with a protein bar. And so many of the protein bars today, if you look at the nutrition ingredients, the ingredient listing, you'll see that it has soy protein in various forms in it. So again, it's a double soy protein snack, both from a soy milk point of view. A glass has about 8 grams of soy protein, and then eating the soy protein bar. So a really nutritious snack. So I just say, start serving some soy foods. I hope I've shown you that they can be convenient, incredibly versatile, delicious, because no matter how nutritious anything is, if it doesn't taste good, we're not going to eat it. So it really has to have that deliciousness in order for people to enjoy it. And I can tell you all these recipes that we've been talking about are incredibly delicious. They're nutritious, and I say start trying and experimenting. It's really not difficult to start and then start trying new and different things all the time. There's so many new products out there and different kinds of products. All you need to do is start. Don't be nervous. Start off with something easy like edamame, and you'll start seeing how easy it is to start incorporating soy into a healthy diet. And one last thing is, it is not all or nothing. So many people think that once they start with soy, that they have to change everything. You do not. You can start adding it. Have a little bit for breakfast, have a little bit for a snack, or incorporate it into your lunch or dinner menu. So it doesn't have to be all or nothing. But do start trying to add some heart-healthy, nutritious soy protein to your diet today. Thank you. Thanks for your attention. I so appreciate it. I'm sorry I couldn't be there in person with you. But the Soy Foods Council website is thesoyfoodscouncil.com. It's where all the recipes and all the healthy, nutritious research and the most recent research about soy protein is housed. So feel free to go there and take a look at all those kinds of opportunities and ways to start adding soy into everyday meals. But if you have questions, I am so willing to have you call me. I'd be happy to help you. My phone number is 515-491-8636. Thank you for your attention, and I hope you start adding some soy into your meal plans and programs. It'll be really exciting and really delicious. Thank you.